fields at home that I can haul manure on in the wintertime. This one and the one that cows are on. The other fields have a winter manure spreading restriction on them, so I'm limited to these two fields. Much better now that all the flighting on the big auger on the inside of the spreader is straightened out. And I don't have the door only open about a quarter of the way because I wanted to spread a little bit lighter. Not so much lighter, but with the door being partway open, it chops it up more before it spreads it. Being this is a hay field, I want it to be chopped up more so the corn stalks and stuff break down more before I cut hay. Supposed to get up in the 40s today, and then it's supposed to be above freezing again tomorrow. It's only going to get down to 27 tonight, they said. So I'm sure a lot of this snow will melt today, tomorrow. But then at the end of the week, they're talking lows down around 10, and then highs in the upper 20s. So mid-20s, upper 20s, so it will cool down. Just in time for hunting this weekend. This weekend is the antlerless only deer hunt in Wisconsin for the rifle season. I don't know if I'm going to hunt or not. If I do, the shack is still sitting there. Ready to go. I haven't brought it in yet. I've been kind of waiting until after this next weekend before I bring it back to the yard. Yeah, getting some manure haul. This is the fifth load of the day so far. There's a reason I don't winter the cows because I don't like spending all day hauling manure, spending money when the cows can do it themselves. But it is what it is. Try and get the shed all cleaned out today and tomorrow. Just because after that the ground is going to be froze as far as I can tell. And I really don't want to spread manure on frozen ground if I don't have to. This snow melts today and tomorrow. This manure will stick. It'll stick to the ground after it freezes, so hold it here until spring when the ground thaws. Anytime after that, I really don't want to spread because it's a greater chance of running off with spring runoff, the snow melt. And not only is that bad for our waterways, it's bad for my pocketbook because this is money right here. Fertilizer for the next crop. Money being invested into hauling it out here with diesel fuel and equipment. But as you can see, I have a washout here that's been here for the last 3 years, 4 years, whatever it's been now. I need to get my field cultivator out this spring and my mulcher and run up and down this water run and try and repair that. Kind of wait until after the rainy spring is done. We're run up, get it all smoothed out nice, and then get it seated down with oats and alfalfa. We're empty. So the spreader empties much faster now that that stuff is all done up the way it's supposed to be. It spreads much more evenly. So that stuff, those repairs definitely helped. So yeah, I want to get the whole shed all cleaned out, but I'm getting the cows lot cleaned right now from where they have been the last month. I guess it hasn't been quite a month. It was just before John Deere season they were put on the lot. So I'm trying to get the outside all cleaned up so that's clean for when I bring them back in the spring. Once it gets muddy, you know, I bring them off the field and I put them on the lot. So trying to get that all cleaned up so there's not as much stuff there for when we bring them back in the spring. Then like I say, I want to get the shed all cleaned out because once it starts getting cold now and the calves and the cows spend more time in the shed, which the cows won't, but the calves is the biggest thing. Once they start spending more time in the shed, the manure and bedding will build up much faster in there, so try and get that all cleaned out so there's enough room in there for everything to build up until spring when we haul again. And really, I can't haul much manure until after I cut my winter rye for hay. So, like this field where the cows are, as soon as the ground thaws out in the spring and it dries up enough that I can go out there without doing too much damage with the tractor, I'll go out there with a light drag and drag the manure and any bedding they didn't eat and any hay they didn't eat, kind of drag it around so it doesn't choke out the winter rye, and then get that all spread out because I'm going to cut where the cows are right now. That has winter rye too. I'm going to cut for hay. At least that's the plan. I may not cut it for hay. I might just leave it and then spray it. I'm not for sure yet, but my field across on the Northland, I plan to cut that 17-acre field. I gotta stop back here. I gotta feed everybody when I come back out. They haven't been fed yet. I started hauling manure at 8 o'clock this morning. Anyways, the rental ground that I have is it's either hay or winter rye, so I want to cut all that before planting beans. My north field, which is across the crossroad up there, the side road, I want to cut that whole thing for rye hay. This field here is hay, and then the bottom where the winter rye was, I broadcast seeded winter rye back into that. I want to cut this. That field's going to go into corn, or at least that's the plan. And the field that I'm hauling manure on right now is going to stay hay, and the field the cows are on is going to go back into corn. And depending on what I get off the other two fields down the road and then this field before I plant corn, we'll decipher whether I cut winter rye off the field where the cows are, or if I just spray it and no-till the corn into it, or what I'm going to do for sure. But next year, all I'm going to have for hay is that 10-acre field where I'm hauling manure right now, and then the 4.5 acres down at the park. So that's kind of what the plan is looking ahead. Whether that plan materializes or not, time will tell. So anyways, I have about 8 more loads, 10 more loads maybe to haul out of the cow lot here. Just this part, and then right behind the horse barn where the cement is, where I want to add on to the horse barn, I've been feeding hay on that cement pad. I need to get that cleaned up and then start cleaning the shed. And the shed's probably, I don't know, the shed's going to be a lot of loads. The spreader doesn't hold a lot. He only holds about 6, 7, maybe 8 buckets. So He doesn't have a whole lot of capacity. It's probably only 6 buckets. I haven't counted, but it seems like it's about 6 that it holds. So it's not a huge spreader. It's not a fast process, but it does a really good job of spreading nice and thin, not leaving big clumps. That's kind of why I bought it from the neighbors. I borrowed it this spring when my box spreader broke. I borrowed it from the neighbors, and then after using it, they asked me if I wanted to buy it, and I bought it. So I really bought it because if I keep steers in the steer lot, I'm gonna have to haul manure out of there during the summer, and the only place I have to go is on hay fields. And it spreads a nice thin, it spreads a nice pattern, so it worked good for spreading in hay fields. And I'm sure some of you guys have seen in my other videos, I have another Gale scavenger spreader right there, a 315. I had that one. That one puked out on me 4 or 5 years ago, and the problem with that one is the whole back let loose is rusted out and thin. But I'm pretty sure on that Gale spreader, the auger on the inside it's not round like the one in here. It's a big piece of square tubing, and then it has the auger flighting on there, and it's heavier. And since that spreader broke, I've been putting scrap in it, but I'm kind of debating on getting all the scrap out of it before my buddy comes and hauls scrap out of here, and trying to get that auger out, because, well, I need to measure it first to make sure it's the right size to fit in this spreader. But I know that one has a lot heavier duty auger on the inside of it. So, or I'm gonna look for another Gale, a bigger one, and keep this one. But I don't know that I'm going to buy another box spreader, and after looking at my old box spreader that I had last fall or last year, I don't know that I'm going to fix him up either. I think he's just going to kind of become a wood hauler. So yeah, anyways, that's what's going on today, hauling manure. I'll try and get some more footage as the day goes on, but that's what's happening right now. I did start feeding corn silage on December 2nd. So we are feeding corn silage. So, anyways, guys, I'm gonna stop this video for right now and probably upload this video, and I'll make more as I go along doing other stuff. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Stay tuned for more, and I'll catch you on the next one.